Any scientist worth his weight in gold will back that and say, yes, we can go to them. We could go to the Grand Canyon now and you can look for your what? Self. See, that's what I'm talking about. Do that. Then you can say, 120 is not right in exact. No, 120 is right in exact. All these other motherfuckers ain't right in exact. That's what the fuck going on. Ain't shit wrong with 120. These motherfuckers who got 120 might not be right in exact. And everybody ain't gonna be right in exact that got 120. Some people got 120 because they're the ones passing it. Other people got 120 because they're the ones using it. Other people got 120 because they manifested it. Ain't nobody all doing the same shit now. It's rolling around. Whatever your talent is, that's what you doing. So keep your talent going. But like I said, we all got pins. We all got pins. If you really know what I'm talking about, when I'm saying like my nigga and shit, like my real motherfucking niggas, like my real motherfuckers, like the true and living God. See, now when you change it to that, right? That show and prove that I got motherfuckers that's 85s, they my motherfuckers. But I also got the true and living God that's my people. So who do you put your trust in? That's the choice you have to make on your own when it's done. When the limit is gone and it's time to go down, then you'll know, your insides will know, just like you know when you see a female of the opposite attraction to you, and you know that she's feeling you and you feel her. Did y'all just kind of plan that, or did it just happen autonomically? Because the procreation part of you is always manifesting itself. Because once it was made manifest on the physical plane of existence, it became infinity on the physical plane. That's why you have procreation. To make it infinity, the physical composition would burn out, but the original man stayed in there forever. You gotta get up out of there and return what? Home. Where are you going? Who's that mystery God? There's no mystery God. You going back where the fuck you was at before you got in that physical body. Let's keep it real. You're going right back where you were at before you got into the physical body. And no one in the physical plane has ever came back and told us whether we lied or not, because no one ever came back and told us what had really happened to them. And even those books who say this person went, where did they go back to? They went back to their essence. They went back to the beginning of where they were at before they came into the physical composition. That's where the fuck they went. Now that's real shit. So ain't no mystery God. And 120 is the one that brought us out of all that other shit. But see, you gotta remember, everybody's plight in 120 under the 1555 rule didn't receive the same slave master, and the pins are different, but they're pins nevertheless. And so when you get to a certain level, can't nobody pull certain pins out of your head, because you're the one, you're the master, and now only you can pull that pin out. No one else can pull it out. You feel me? That's how it really is. I mean, everybody got them. I'm still working on pins. Right to this day, I'm pulling certain shit out. The other day, right? Other day for me, last year. Well, that was really this year. It was the beginning of this year, right? What happened was I found out that the devil, right back to 120, 28 degree and 140, the devil was doing Yaku's rules and regulations, which are not being mentioned in this lesson, to what? The food, the 7th degree in the 12 jewels. He was doing that to the food. And what, and in particular, the wheat. The grain, actually, fucking up all the grain, all the starch, sugar. He's killing you in the sugar factory. He's been killing you with sugar since the plantations in Haiti. Definitely jacked up the soy. And the animals, he's putting them, I don't even know, if you don't got your own farm, or you going to some people like the Amish or some of the motherfuckers like that, I really wouldn't fuck with none of this meat. Because you have no clue, unless you fucking with those white people that Peter and all them, they trying to make sure they trying to hook themselves up with grass fed and all that. That's why those are there. When they have those drug programs or those programs to reform prison complex system, that's because it started affecting their people too. And they're going to come up with gun reform, police reform too, because yeah, we see them killing us and they killing us in greater numbers, but they coming for them too. But you ever notice if you black and you kill up some old pedestrian white people, you go to jail if you the police. They come for you. If you better be totally justified in it, because if it's some regular old accidental shooting, all that shit I was afraid, none of that shit work. That shit only work if you done accidentally shot some black person. You could say you was afraid and they'll go with that because they already built up the facade that black people are like pit bulls. You got to be afraid of them. So they already built that up. It's ironic that they ran around the planet Earth killing, maiming, murdering, slaying, raping, sodomizing, doing all that crazy shit. Killing of all the men, sodomizing of all the women, taking the children and putting them in slavery. That's the shit they was doing. So they ran around the whole earth doing that, and then they threw the blame on us. Almost like they was throwing a rock in a crowd and pointing at us like it was them. You ever see Warriors come out and play? See how it was the Warriors! That motherfucker. See what he did? That's how them motherfuckers be. And look how they hands up. Watch that movie, son. It's the best part is when the brother who's up at the top got all the gangs together. When the father was up at the top and put all the gangs became the guards. See what I'm saying? And the 5% from Medina, they was from Medina. The Warriors was from Medina. And them devils, I don't know where they was from. They was from Devil Land, but I made that up. But anyway, they shot dude. Now that ain't the devil. Let me kill him and blame him. Didn't the 120 say that's what they do? That's what I'm saying. So you keep looking at 120 and base everything that you study and research, base it saying, yeah, 120 is right and exact. And I just need to find the proof is out there. And then you'll start, and if you can't find the ancient proof, because the devil done already scurried the land and hid it all and hide it in his vaults in the Vatican and all these different places where he hid all the gold and everything. He put all the land out. You can't even if you buy the property and put a mortgage on it and pay the mortgage off, if you don't pay the taxes on it, he'd come and take it. And I mean, all that trick knowledge he did with the Federal Reserve notes, that all tie right in with the information too. All the information he did that he been knew about Hammurabi and all of that. He knew about it. Zachariah Sitchin and them told on him and shit. See, now those are some white people that's civilized white people that's telling you the real shit. You got to know which ones are which. See, now Zachariah and his crew, they civilized. The guys who wrote forbidden history and forbidden this and forbidden that, they civilized Europeans. They trying to tell. There's a bunch of them out there that's trying to tell. At least 30% out of the whole pack. If there's 130 of them is trying to get with you, 70 of them is trying to get at you. So they got majority going at your throat and minority not. Because if it wasn't, then the majority wouldn't be winning, because the majority of them is down with that shit, and they might not like the violent part, but they definitely bear witness to the superiority part. A lot of them ain't down with the violence now. They'll be down with the 70%, but they'll be down with the 70% part saying, yeah, we the superior and they're the inferior, but they ain't down with the killing your ass. They don't want to do that part. But I mean, you gotta take the good with the bad. Some of you motherfuckers, because you bear witness and you propagate that garbage that is not true, it brings that shit. That's how it goes down. Right? Okay, so anyway, we gonna get back to we never left the subject. See, I don't like that he say, she say, passing shit around and trying to make it like people want to have some kind of conflict. No, we can have a disagreement on how we see shit and still be civilized. Because we the gods. I said that before. The young boys are the ones that's out there fighting and going crazy. We don't do that because we know where it could go. Ain't nobody no punks in this nation, so somebody could get killed doing dumb shit. So we don't do that as older guards. That's not. If people was looking for a show, they wasn't gonna get that. But if my argument is 120 is right and exact, and somebody else's argument is not, I'm gonna defend that. I'm gonna defend 120 is right and exact, and I'm gonna show and prove it because I'm gonna bring it right up to today. And I know that they genetically modifying plants, and I know they splicing animals and putting them together and doing all kind of shit that they don't even tell you. That the shit you see on the surface that you go online and look who fucking is astonishing. Imagine what they doing that they ain't telling. You feel me? See what I'm saying? So don't use their proof to think that you gonna take that pin out of your head. If you in this lake nation, or you in, and I say this nation, I'm using that loosely, like this nation that goes from Capricorn to Cancer, and its foundation was the equator of this planet Earth. The whole circumference was all the way around the equator, all the way around the Tropic of Capricorn, all the way around the Tropic of Cancer. If you're those people with lamb's wool, then you shouldn't be using the Europeans' his ideology, his perspective of what life is, everything is about, because you can see his sea ain't very good. His sea causes havoc amongst the land. And he's always telling lies. He be lying, G. He be saying that he built the pyramids. And that was a fucking lie. I learned about that lie way back with Richard Pryor, when he was in that tomb. He been told us they was lying on that one. So, what's that all about? I'm telling you, nation, he been telling lies from the gate, and all of us that know and understand this cannot dispute that he hasn't been telling lies from the gate. If he wasn't telling lies from the gate, okay, watch this. If he wasn't telling lies from the gate, then why we run him to the hot Arabian desert? Why did we do that? Why would we do that? We're not unjust people. We only ran the ones that was causing confusion. That's why you end up with these pale-skinned Arabs now. Because later on, their ancestors did some old recessive gene and dominant gene. Well, the recessive gene came out being evil. Well, some people got a dominant gene that's evil. So people got a recessive gene that's evil. So pretty much General Monk ran all them dominant genes in that particular gene pool to fuck up out of here. Get up out of here with that bullshit. That's pretty much what he was saying in street talk. Right? Ran them all up into the case which they now call it Europe. Well, from there you got to go into Musa. Eventually you're gonna get to Musa, you not? Yes, you are. And then he civilized the devil. So he didn't civilize the devil. What? Elijah was just making up shit as he was going on. Too. I know some of it. The way he told the story is so that you could catch on, but you can't miss the jewel and say it ain't. Don't worry about whether he genetically modified some 3 animals and made a pig. Say, oh, the lessons are telling me to look into genetics, DNA, RNA. Look into that. Look at the chromosomes. Look into spinal fluid. Look into albinism. Let me go look into those studies. Let me go get my trade or profession in that. See, that's what it's doing. You got to hear 120. 120 is alive and it's talking to you. And so it's saying, you might want to go into agriculture because they're genetically modifying the food. And so food is the foundation to Yaku's rules and regulations, because he had to have a way of feeding those people to make babies, and the mother's producing milk and the father's got strong sperm. Remember he said he didn't want any people that were not good in multiplying. I mean, their spinal fluid wasn't right exactly. Whatever he was talking to the DNA through the spinal fluid. You see, that's how you got to see 120. We the guards. That's how we see 120. We take it fluid. We don't just look at it from back then and worry about whether, who gives a fuck if he was or he wasn't, because it's irrelevant, because he cleaned them up. However he cleaned them up, he cleaned them up. Don't miss the jewel. The jewel is what? Oh, you think they can't clone now? You might be eating clone meat and don't even know it. I bet you if you go into your local grocery store in the black neighborhood, you ain't getting the same meat that they're getting in the gentrified neighborhood over there by Park Slope and all of that. When I was in BK, and we was going to Park Slope, back in them days, we was going to Park Slope to go to the food co-op. We joined the food co-op. It wasn't nothing but Europeans in there, and they was dealing with agriculture, and they were the Europeans that was getting away from the Europeans dealing with GMOs. But they was keeping a lot of stuff a secret because they knew back then that the wheat wasn't right and exact, and that he had took Agent Orange. All of those hippies knew that he took Agent Orange and turned it into Roundup and put it right back in the food source in the American population and the world over, because he started dealing with agriculture. I mean, they knew that shit. We didn't know it. Black people didn't know they did that. But 120 said the possibility that that's going to happen is going to happen because it's been told us already that how it go down. These are the rules and regulations which are not being mentioned in that lesson, but they ain't there physically, but they're there. When you go back and you look, a 600-year process and all that, you start seeing genetic. And then you hang up on me. All right. Anyway, back to the point is the genetic modification. We understood genetic modification as a nation based on the wisdom, build, or destroy degree in the 1 to 40. And that leads you all into all of that. These degrees, remember what the God of law intelligence said? That other information you can get from any J.A. Rogers book or whatever, but you can't get this, 120. You can't get this from that. So, yes, it's radicals, because this is a radical world, radical science. Some real shit that went down that just show you fact is more important than fiction. So, in the fiction world of the devil, he got evolution and all that. You can believe that shit, but you don't believe this side? Come on, man, you killing me. I'm dying over here. Like Daisy used to say, remember when Daisy used to say, I'm dying. See, that's how far back we was going with this. We been said that 120 lessons is not just metaphysical. Not just. It's also in the physical plane. It's as above, so below. In heavens above and the physical composition below. The physical body is a motor vehicle of life that I use to manifest on this physical plane of existence. Right? Then he said, 1913, he said, and man is not the body nor the soul. Man is mind, universal mind. And they went to the Kabbalah and he said, the all in all. He's the all in all. And the universe is mental inside of the mind of the all in all. Feel me? That's what I'm talking about. When they be saying in the Masonic law, they'll go IHVA. They don't even say it out loud. And I ain't talking about when they say they got the word, when they giving them master masons Mahabone, and then they went to the Royal Arch. Now they think they know something. They telling Jehovah no. That's still the European version. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to say, oh, that's what we went. Let me go back and find out what that word is and sounds like in the vibration of that word in that ancient language. What would it? Then you did the dig. You see? Other than that, you playing yourself. And at the end of the day, what happens? You go right back to who's the original man. Original man is Asiatic black man, maker, owner, cream of planet Earth, false civilization, and God of the universe. That's where you go. And the Muslims didn't have God of the universe. And I'm out. Peace.